Hello and welcome back to Tutorial France. We're in the middle of a war with England and Portugal. The progress is mostly being made by our allies up here, although we have an army that's down here that crushed some French troops over here. Crush some French troops. We're crushing our own troops. Well, we did lose some troops, but we're crushing the English troops that are over here in Portugal, and we think that there's an army over here in Lisbon that this stack is going to go attack. You notice it healed up at the beginning of the month, and we lost some manpower. That manpower is going to reinforcing it. So it's telling us that we're down 2,328 men, and 1,600 roughly will reach the army to reinforce these units next month. So that's how your armies take damage, and then they heal up by taking your manpower away as they fill in the missing soldiers. You'll notice that we got this. We also have a banner telling us that it's happening. Reinforcing our standing army costs us 8 bloody ducats a turn. That means that we're definitely losing money at the moment. Some of that's, well, it was offset when we were doing some looting. We're not actually looting anything right now, which is kind of a shame. But this is an important phase of the war where we try to wear down the English army. If we can kill this army and force him to, and then he comes over on this one and we kill that. If we can keep those armies separated and not allow England to use its entire mass of troops, then we will almost certainly win this war. So let's keep doing that. I'm going to keep the game going. We have diplomats hanging out in these other countries, just improving relations. I don't really have anything better for them to do right now. So we'll keep doing that. Right. So let's see what we've got going on here. Nope, there they are. They're down in Algarve. How come I could not see them there? That's unfortunate because it means they're gonna get another recovery tick at the beginning of the next month. So they'll get some morale back. They'll get some troops back. But so will I, and I still think I'm well suited to attack them. Algarve is also plains. Unfortunately, we'll be taking a river crossing penalty. Yeah, we'll be taking a river crossing penalty. So won't be quite as favorable as the last battle, but we still outnumber them. We will have considerably more morale than they will, even with a recovery tick. So this should go reasonably well. We possibly... I think they're too big to stack wipe. Depends on if Castile comes to help us, maybe. So the month just ticked over. You can see they recovered some morale. They recovered some troops. We recovered some troops. We're up to 19,000 now, and our manpower went further down. How is England's manpower? They're at 14,000 men. That's still quite a bit. What about Portugal? Portugal, they've hardly got any troops left, but they've got quite a bit of manpower left. So let's see. Oh, hey, go Spain! You're attacking a single foot soldier with 3 cavalry. Not the best military strategy. They're blockading my ports. I more or less knew that, and I still have too many military leaders. Right. Looks like Castile wiped out that one unit moving by itself is very vulnerable to something like that happening. You almost never want that to happen when you're in the middle of a war. You want to keep a bigger army nearby to ward off that kind of thing happening. Because Portugal just spent some money and some manpower training that troop. It gets most of the manpower back when it gets stack wiped, but it has to rebuild the thing. And if it was a merc, it was expensive, so they're probably taking loans. It's just not a good. It's not good. And Portugal was kind of silly to let that happen. Okay, here we go. Another battle. This is the fire phase, so not much is going to happen. They rolled better than I did, but I outnumbered them, and overall doesn't matter. Okay, they rolled better in the shock phase too, so not going so well. They're going to lose more troops, but I'm going to win this battle. You can see the morale is already much better. And here we go. I took more damage than they did, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. We want to keep on these guys until we kill them. So we got another one war score for doing that. I don't know where they're going. I more or less don't care. More or less what I'm trying to do is keep these guys busy and distracted while Spain does some sieging and recovers its army back up to full strength. Okay, here is that English fleet. They don't have any troops loaded, so I'm not going to worry about them right now. Oh, look, it's Tyrone. They're coming down with their ships, but they don't actually have anything loaded, so I don't care about that. I'm hanging out here. I actually might just go ahead and sit here. Algarve is Algarve, whatever it is not protected by a fort. So I can siege this, and somebody's going to have to go siege it back. It won't auto-siege back. On the other hand, they just stopped in Alicanto? Whatever, that place. And they have almost no morale. I could probably stack wipe them. I don't know about that. But I can almost certainly get there before the month ticks over again. Let's do it. I said let's do it. You know, I'm burning up my manpower, but I've got more manpower than these guys do. So as long as I don't, you know, lose these battles too badly in terms of casualties, I'll come out ahead. And these guys are busy sieging up. So you can see, actually, let's take a look at the siege progress here. They've actually accumulated 5 siege progress by rolling decently here. So it's down to a plus. It's now at a +1 modifier. So I actually have a chance of getting water shortage now. Or I guess it's technically Montferrat, or no, that's Castile. Castile has a chance of getting water shortage there. Is Castile going to let me have that? I don't think they have a claim on it. No, it's Armagnac. Looks awfully like Castile, but no. Great. Okay. All right, here we go. No river crossing penalty. I like that. We rolled the same number as the Fireflies. It doesn't matter anyway. And we stack wiped them. That's what I was looking for. So we just wiped out all their standing troops. It doesn't kill their men. You know, it returns some of the soldiers to the manpower pool. Basically, we routed them. They're no longer cohesive fighting unit. So they have to rebuild them, which will give us quite a lot of time to do stuff now. So that being said, I think I'm actually going to take this army back to friendly territory. Somewhere where, well, I need to wait a day because it just finished a battle and it won't move yet. So let's see. Yeah, I can go to Bearn, sure. We'll send it to Bearn because I don't know where that English army is going to land. There's no English army down here anymore. Portugal's not a threat now. Spain is going to siege up enough of this stuff that Portugal's not gonna. Well, they'll rebuild, but I'm content to leave Castile to deal with Portugal. I'm more interested in what England's going to do next. So let's get concentrate our forces back together. Let Castile busy themselves with this war down here. Don't care about Munster. Where are you going, Castile? Oh, they're probably resetting so that they can. Or maybe they're coming to help me siege. Oh, what do we got here? Tensions along the Champagne border. Borders are organic things, changing and mutating with the seasons, and with the fortunes of the latest conqueror passing by. Historians will perhaps say that the events that transpired in Champagne in that year of our Lord 1445 were inevitable. As Champagne continued to flourish under the benevolent rule of France, definitely, the yokels on the other side of the border were bound to get jealous. Perhaps they will be less fair to us. Either way, tensions in Champagne have granted a rival neighbor a casus belli against us. So Burgundy has now got a claim against Champagne. I don't really care. Burgundy wants to come after me. I will knock them into next week. And they can't anyway, because they've got a king that's not of age. So they can't declare. They've got a regent, so they can't declare wars anyway. So, to you, Burgundy. I don't know exactly what Spain is doing up here, but they're going to go crush that one stack, which is good. I'm here in Navarre, and I need to get out of it before I take too much attrition. Still losing money. I'm actually going to go park in Gascogne. Gascony, I guess. Don't go through the one where there's already troops. So that I can loot it. It's still got loot, and I need something to try to make my treasury positive here. Yeah, there I just lost some money. Okay. Alright, another thing you can see here, my army arrived in Gascony. This siege icon indicates that the walls have been broken. You get that when you roll a natural 14, and that also adds sort of to your siege roll. So all these values get totaled up. It also means that if I was here, I could order a siege, sort of assault on the fortress now that there's a breach. That's usually really, really costly. You only want to do that if there's a handful of men in it. Or you vastly outnumber them or something. It's generally just it's very bloody. It may win you the fortress, but it's generally very bloody. So yeah, you saw they rolled a supply shortage. They rolled a 9, and that was a supply shortage at that point. We still have no chance of actually winning the siege. Same thing over here. Do they have any siege value? They don't have a siege leader. So, I'm actually going to take... What's the supply limit here? 20. I can't take this whole stack. I'm going to detach 5 guys, send them over here to this unit, and then I'm going to take... I'm going to take you around to here. You can shift click. So if I just clicked on it, it's going to go straight through. And again, I don't want to have attrition from having too many people in the same thing. So I'm going to go around. So I right click on that province, and then shift click, and then shift click, and it forces it to go in that order. So I'm going to send the siege general to join these guys because that will cause the siege to happen faster. So let's get this done. This definitely wasn't the order I planned on it. I planned on him coming across and attacking me in Normandy, and instead he decided to go down and attack Spain for some reason. But as you can see, we're dealing with it. Army in Castile. It's too big. It's too big. Supply limit 24. I've actually got 25. Boo. Is it really that big? My leader doesn't help? Doesn't he have maneuver bonus? Apparently not. Oh no, no, there's no attrition there. I don't have a skull icon. Right. The skull icon next to it indicates that you're taking attrition. We're going to take attrition in a siege no matter what. There's nothing we can do about that. But we don't want the army that's just standing here looting taking any attrition. So it looks like Spain went and fought another naval battle against somebody, probably England, and lost it. So Spain keeps getting attacked. I'm actually glad that they're distracting England's navy. It means that they're not going to be able to go refill those transports. Incidentally, okay, so yeah, we're up to 12% or 12 war score. Some of that's based on where our ticking war score for Co is now up to 4. So see, this is why I declared it on a province that I intended to take right off the bat. And we have we control. Excuse me. We've occupied 3 provinces, one of which is in Portugal. And we have won 9 battles for a total of, well, there's been 9 battles of which we've netted a total of 7 war score, positive direction. So the war's going well, but we're going to need to get it up to like 40 or 50 before we're ready to cash out of this war. This tells you how much war exhaustion the enemy's taken. I've taken barely any. Savoy and Montferrat have taken basically nothing because all they've been doing is sieging. Castile took a bunch because they got stack wiped. England took quite a bit from their stack wipe. Portugal's been stack wiped twice, so that's one of the reasons that they're really not happy. Yeah, what is my individual? Yeah, I don't have any individual score. You can actually separate peace people, so let's see if Portugal would be willing. I don't have a diplomat. Right. Come here. I don't really need. I've got good relationship with Austria at this point. I don't really need you there. So let's get that diplomat back and then take a look at whether we're even close to peace. You see now that I have a siege leader here, I have a 21% chance of actually winning the siege next roll. So the siege leader makes a big difference, and you just have to wear it down. Eventually, you get to the point where you need to roll a combined 20. So you roll a 14-sided dice. We're now adding 9 plus 3 is 12, minus 4 is 8. So roll a 14-sided dice and add 8. And you can see that there's 3 numbers, 12, 13, and 14, that will result in the defenders surrendering. This can only go up 3 more times. It only goes up to 12. So the most that this can get up to is 42% chance. But month after month, the 42% chance, it'll fall eventually. Notice we're almost played. We played a little over a year now. And England's navy is doing nothing threatening. They still have all their transports tied up in blockade duty. So they've just got a bunch of guys chilling over here. Presumably, I'm assuming they still have some troops. They didn't send everything they had. England. Where are you? Yeah, they have 22,000 men, all of whom can't get to the battlefield because their transports are over here. Well done, England. Portugal has nothing left. Well, they might have something. What does Portugal have? Portugal has 2,000 infantry. Yeah, that's going to work real well. Denmark, allied with somebody I don't care about. This is up to a 7% chance. Do they have a siege leader? Yeah, one of the Savoy or Montferrand leaders has siege and is helping, and they've just probably rolled really well. Castile, you don't need to send men up here. I've got this under control. Go siege Portugal. Oh, I should probably make that explicit. So I can actually tell Castile, I want you to go attack this province, and I want you to go attack that province. Thank you. I got this province under control. I can siege it myself. I don't even need you here. It's very common for people to complain about the conduct of their AI allies. So, sorry, it'll get repetitive. I apologize for that. You can listen to other YouTubers that do exactly the same thing. Yeah. So, sometimes it's unclear. It'd be nice if there was some way to set sort of grand strategic priorities. But you do notice that he actually did turn his troops around when I said, go kill that. So, I guess they listened to somewhat. We're sitting here looting the heck out of Gascony. You see that's gotten our cash flow positive. We also stopped reinforcing. We finished reinforcing all our troops. So that's the other reason why our cash flow is back in the positive direction. We'll finish looting out Gascony. As long as this set of troops is here, I don't care about anything else. So I'll go up probably and loot Co next. Hey, we won the Siege of Laborde. Yay. And Irish miners are attacking each other. That's Munster and Leinster. They're both up here. This guy and this guy fighting a war. It's a good time if England is distracted. It's the perfect time to fight a war. England will usually try to stop keep those guys from doing nasty things to each other. So okay, now Spain's going down that direction to attack Portugal. That's great. I'm going to send my siege leader up to help with these guys. Wow, there's going to be too many people there, isn't there? Okay. I'm going to send, I'm going to stop. I'm going to split this army into basically everything except this guy, the leader will march this one troop up there. And these 9, sure, they'll hang out. Nope, that's been looted to death. How about that? No, that's been looted to death too. Fine, we'll go defend Beer. And you see that the war score actually took a big jump up for taking Laborde, because it's a 6. That province is worth almost 7 war score by itself because it's got a fort. So taking provinces with forts is good. It's very good. So let's see. Yeah, we're hanging out here. Great, do it. Let's take Normandy. Oh, and our diplomat came back when I wasn't paying attention. Let's take a look at what we can do. We probably... I don't think Portugal will get out of this war. They're still too high enthusiasm. Yeah, we've got a war score of 1 against Portugal. All the battles count towards the main war score. You can accumulate sort of side war scores with each participant, and you can knock them out of the fight by getting their war score up high enough. We don't have much individual war score against Portugal, so I don't really have any chance of getting them out. They have something like negative 48 versus positive 17. I'm surprised they even have that many. Why you not like? Because they're very weak and they have war exhaustion. Okay, good, makes sense. But they still have their capital. The war hasn't been going on that long. It's only been going on for almost 2 years, or I guess a year and a half. That's not very long. And it's artificial thing to keep the AI from getting blitzkrieged and giving up in wars before it has a chance to actually fight back. But in this case, it's somewhat absurd because Portugal is besieged. They're only going to be able to rebuild piecemeal because they keep losing provinces, and they're basically hosed. Portugal is not a military threat at this point, unless England goes down and relieves them. So they won't even accept a white peace where nobody gains anything. They're certainly not going to accept, like, I want their money or something. Let's take a look at England. England will also not even accept a white peace. England is making gains. What are you talking about, England? You are not making gains. What did you? You're blockading me. That's your gains. I mean, I'm totally taking your land. Fine, whatever. Let's keep going. And we have an excellent minister. We can gain a stability, 25 prestige, and 40 administrative power. Or we can gain military power, army tradition, navy tradition. I like the military power, but I've got to take the stability. That's totally worth it. So yeah, you can see that it mostly just reduces our unrest and increases our tax. That's good too. But yeah, that's totally awesome. I probably should have spent 100 administrative points to improve it to level 1 first, because then I would have improved it all the way to level 2, and level 2 costs more to buy up naturally than level 1. But okay, it's a tutorial game. I can play like a noob. That's okay. Right, this diplomat's just going to chill because we're getting somewhat close to me wanting to have a peace treaty, or a guy available for peace treaties at all times. Did we loot it out Gascony yet? We totally have. Fine. Go to Co. I really don't need to worry about looting, but again, this squadron's not doing anything. Until it does, I'm not worried about them actually participating in this war. Army of Lyonnais arrived in Normandy. Oh, that's the siege leader coming up to help. So now we've got a 49% chance of winning. They've maxed out their siege progress. I've got a siege leader. They've busted the wall once. Yeah, we're gonna win this in a month or two. Hey, there it is. See, a month. One more tick. Okay, so England is down to medium war enthusiasm because we're taking stuff away from them. France is making gains now, really. But the length of war is still a real problem here, and we just need to wait for the ticking war score to tick up. So this war is probably going to be relatively boring for the next few months because nothing's going to happen. Oh, except those ships, maybe. No, those ships aren't doing anything. They're going to just run around and threaten me on the ocean, and I'm going to wave at them and say, I've got your land. And eventually they'll get the length of war will tick down, and this war score will tick all the way up to 25, and we'll end up winning the war. So actually, this 25 stack really should be enough to deal with anything that England sends my way, and or I've still got Savoy troops, and or England's still not even interested in moving any troops down here. So I'm going to move this army back to Bjorn to join up with those 9, and then I'm going to send those 10 over into Portugal to help out with that. What? Oh, I've picked up some forts. So now I have these forts, so I'm paying the maintenance on them. So it's kind of painful, but kind of also necessary if I don't want England to take them right back. It's fine. I can afford 154 for a bit, especially if I'm going to be sitting here looting. How much am I going to loot? I'm going to loot 3.3 ducats a month. So that'll hold out until we run out of loot in Co. And at that point, we'll hopefully be over in Portugal looting. I don't know. Yeah, that's going to go real well, Castile. Negative 70 chance of... what? Oh, it's a level 3 fort. Okay. Oh, no! Our siege leader died. Poor siege leader. Now that's really bad, but thankfully we have sieged up the provinces we cared about. We could probably arrange, even if we do something wacky like split the... we might take the 2 fort provinces and not take the 2 not fort provinces, which would be really weird because it'd leave us with weird borders, but it would make taking these later... I don't know, would it make taking these later easier? Because you don't get much points for... much war score for taking a non-forted province, so maybe we would want to leave it alone. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I was going to send these over to help siege because they had the siege leader, but no, he had to die. Well, at least we're getting all our military points. Fine. Come over here. Alright, so we're looting Co. We are... oh, let's see. We can take a look at... yeah, and you can see in diplomatic map mode, dark green indicates allies in war, red indicates active aggression against people, blue is allies that are not involved in a war. We can take a look and see what other wars are even going on in the world. That's not the button I wanted. We want current wars. The Arafoan humiliation of... yeah, that's over in North America. So is Aztec. That's in India. Is there anything there? There's us. We've got a war score of 31. Any other interesting wars? Yeah, that Ottoman war is going well for the Ottomans. That's really surprising. The Swedish war for independence is going well for Sweden. Not like I predicted that. And the yeah, Albania. Albania, it's tiny. It's this. That's it. That's all Albania is. Venice is totally going to crush them. Venice has allies. I don't think Albania even has any allies. Yeah, let's look at this war in Sweden. You can see they've taken over Skane. I'm surprised that's all they've managed to do, but they'll do better. Trust me. Scary ships. Right. Oh, I meant to take a look at. Oh, Portugal's down to medium too. I need that to drop to low though, to 0. Muscovy attacking Novgorod. That never happens. Muscovy and Novgorod are 2 countries over in what is modern-day Russia. In fact, Muscovy is what became modern-day Russia, and they probably will in this game too. They typically crush Novgorod, which is a merchant republic and is usually pretty weak militarily. Scotland's allied with them. That's going to be really, really helpful. But so Muscovy will usually kill Novgorod and form Russia. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. In fact, there's literally nothing we can do about that at this point. So back over to the battlefield. We'll keep the ticks going. You can see that Portugal basically has nothing left. We're just sort of cleaning up the scraps at this point. I don't know why he just left behind Coimbra to come over here. I don't know where he's going. I don't have any idea. Okay. National epic. We have another decision to be made. Our subjects have taken to telling tales and legends about Charles VI of Valois. The legend says that in France's darkest hour, he will return to our nation and deliver it from evil. This is a nod to the King Arthur story. Regardless of the truth in that statement, we could use this in our propaganda. So I can lose some administrative points and some money and get some yearly prestige. Or I could lose prestige and avoid paying for it. Also, our mission finished. We got our relationship with the Pope high enough that it finished, and we get yearly papal influence of 0.5. I'll cover that when we get enough. We have 4 right now. When we get it up to like 70 or 80 or something, actually, I'll do something with it. Actually, I need just a touch more. Never mind. I'll be covering that in the next episode because we'll want to invest in the getting a cardinal or getting the papal control one. So we have another mission available, and the missions we have are improve relations. I was hoping to see that stability popping one, but I didn't get it. Conquer Maine. That's not Maine in the state. That's part of Anjou. It's that land that Provence owns, which we probably want to do at some point. Improve relations with Brittany. Diplomatic reputation is pretty nice. How much do I have to get it up? I want to do that anyway. England must be driven from France. I can't do that in one fell swoop. It's really the same. No, it's not the same. It's really legitimacy and really study of the prestige. But I don't really care about either of those bonuses. They're nice, but they're not that big of a deal. So I'm going to take improve relationship with Brittany. I will pay for the national epic because sure, prestige. We're awesome. We're France. Tell legends of us for hundreds of years. And yes, for those people that have only studied modern history, France was actually a really strong military nation in this entire period. In fact, they're so strong in game that longtime EU4 gamers, or even medium-term EU4 gamers, tend to call France the Big Blue Blob because it just goes everywhere. And it's actually a little bit weaker in the Common Sense patch than it used to be. It used to be just ridiculous. It would take over, all this kind of stuff, even just with the AI running it. I mean, I will do that kind of thing with it because I'm a player and I'm better than it. But it's really strong. So people that think that France has always retreated, not in this time period. they're pretty strong. It's not until the next generation, the 19th century, where they lost the Franco-Prussian War and then got beat up in the World Wars, that they really were not seen as a strong military power. So what's going on here? I'm taking. Wait, what? There's an army down there. Well, it's trapped. It's not going anywhere. I'll go ahead and finish out this siege, and then I'll go kill Algarve, or the army of Algarve, assuming he doesn't beat me to it. What? Why didn't you just go through your own territory, silly? His boats are still here. All right, I think I'm going to take a break at this point. This war is still going to go on for quite a bit longer. We're not going to finish it in this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and stop now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has sort of been enlightening in terms of how war in EU4 works. So have a nice day.